This is the story of the three trees. Once upon a mountaintop, three little trees stood and dreamed of what they wanted to become when they grew up. The first little tree looked up at the stars and said,
I want to hold treasures. I want to be covered with gold and filled with precious stones. I'll be the most beautiful treasure chest in the world.
Then the second little tree looked out at the small stream trickling by on its way to the ocean.
I want to be traveling mighty waters and carrying powerful kings. I'll be the strongest ship in the world.
The third little tree looked down into the valley below where busy men and women worked in a busy town.
I don't want to leave the mountaintop at all. I want to grow so tall that when people stop to look at me, they'll raise their eyes to heaven and think of God. I'll be the tallest tree in the world.
The rain came, the sun shone, and the little trees grew very tall. One day, a woodcutter climbed the mountain. The woodcutter looked at the first tree and said,
This tree is beautiful. It is perfect for me.
And with a swoop of his shining axe, the first tree fell. The first tree then said,
Now I shall be made into a beautiful chest. I shall hold wonderful treasures.
The woodcutter looked at the second tree and said,
This tree is strong. It is perfect for me.
and with the swoop of his shining axe, the second tree fell. The
Now
second tree said,
Now I shall sail mighty waters. I shall be a strong ship for mighty kings.
The third tree felt her heart sink when the last woodcutter looked her way. She stood straight and tall and pointed bravely to heaven, but the woodcutter never even looked up.
Any kind of tree will do for me.
So with the swoop of his shining axe, the third tree fell. The first tree rejoiced when the woodcutter brought her to the carpenter's shop.
With this tree, I will make feed box for the animals.
The once beautiful tree was not covered with gold and not filled with treasure.
Oh no, I am coated with sawdust and filled with hay for hungry farm animals.
The second tree smiled when the woodcutter took her to the shipyard.
Now I will be the strongest ship in the world, and I will carry mighty kings.
But no mighty sailing ship was made that day. Instead, the one strong tree was hammered and sawed into a simple tiny boat.
Oh no, I'm just a simple fishing boat. I am too small and too weak to sail to an ocean or even a river. I can only sail in a little lake.
The third tree was confused when the woodcutter cut her into strong beams and left her in the lumberyard.
What happened? All I ever wanted was to stay on the mountaintop and point to God.
Many, many days and nights passed. The three trees nearly forgot their dreams. But one night, a golden starlight poured over the first tree as a young woman placed her newborn baby into the feed box.
I wish I could make a cradle for him.
The mother squeezed his hand and smiled as the starlight shone on the smooth and sturdy wood.
This manger is beautiful. Oh, I am holding the greatest treasure in the world.
One evening, a tired traveler and his friends crowded into an old fishing boat. The traveler fell asleep as the second tree quietly sailed out into the lake. But soon, a thundering and thrashing storm arose, and the little tree shuddered.
Oh, I'm a simple boat. I don't have strength to carry so many passengers safely through with the wind and the rain.
Then the tired man awakened. He stood up, stretched out his hand, and said, "Peace." And the storm stopped as quickly as it began.
Oh, I'm carrying the King of heaven and earth.
One Friday morning, the third tree was startled when her beams were yanked from the forgotten woodpile.
What's happening? Where are you taking me? Why are all these people angry? Why are you doing this to this man?
She shuddered when the soldiers nailed a man's hand into her.
I feel ugly, harsh, and cruel.
But on Sunday morning, when the sun rose and the earth trembled with joy beneath her, the third tree said,
Now I know that God's love has changed everything. I feel so strong. From now on, when people see me, they'll think of God. That is better than being the tallest tree in the world.
That is better than being the most beautiful treasure chest in the world.
That is also better than being the strongest ship in the world.